Hey, welcome everybody. It's really fun to have you here. I know it's super early, but we're here about learning about branding. I realized that I had this genius zone from my past life. And my past life was working in the media, in advertising, I've worked in film, I've worked in MTV, magazines, book publishing, you name it. What we kind of do when we choose a new career in my head is you sort of throw out a lot of the genius things that you learnt and had. And I did that intentionally because I've jumped into a wellness world where, we're trying to have the world all love and light. And I know that the media uses subliminal programming is what I would call it, to have you learn something even against your will. And so in my head, I kind of disassociated that, throwing out baby with bathwater. That's evil and this is good. And I've jumped the fence. And now I realize that you can use all of those techniques for good. And that's what I'm here to teach you in building your own brand. So I really appreciate your time in the chat group. Put a number 1 if you're excited to be here. And I've also put some frequency music because you will never watch a movie or an ad without music, because music evokes the emotion. But more than that, as a sound healer, I'm here to tell you that music makes your affirmations and your genius levels stick. Your genius levels stick if you have music. And it's the type of music that matters. And this weaves into my why. And this is my first question for you today. I want you to write down, what is your why? And if you don't have a notebook today, I carry a notebook for all of these sessions. I've got my why here, because if it doesn't stick with my why now, I ain't going to do it. That old people pleaser, she's gone. We've rebirthed here. My why has to be this. I assist people to raise their frequency. So today I'm recording this as well for the girls that are even more senior than I am within this business model, because sharing is caring, right? Seeding into a garden with generosity is spiritual. Yeah, we reap what we sow. So I'm giving you all of this for free, whereas in the past I would have charged clients a fortune for this knowledge. My why evolves around, if I don't change what is in my client's environment, they keep coming back to me to clear them. And that's codependency. So I want to know exactly what your why is today. And that is the first thing you do if you niche it down. If you go into a boardroom with a huge brand, they're going to know their why. They're going to have it written on the wall. They're going to have it on all their business documents. They're going to ensure that each client and staff member that they take on knows the why, that it's alignment. This is alignment. This is vibrational frequency. So what is your why? If anyone's game enough to put their why in the chat, I want it to be intuitive. Don't overthink it. Remember, thoughts aren't real. They're streams of consciousness. Your intuition is, boom, that's why I'm doing it. And usually it relates to something from in your childhood. Now, I'd like you to have a look at the Melaleuca mission statement here. This is their why, and this is why I'm aligned with it. It is to enhance the lives of those we touch by helping people reach their goals. So my goals, very different to your goals, but this is an incredible vehicle that we're all quantum leaping into to help us achieve our goals. And one of the things I realized that I could help you with here is you won't achieve your business goals without niching in your brand. Now, my brand's all over the place. You can jump onto my social media and see I do events, I do sound healing, I do coaching, I sell stuff. I've got quite a few affiliates. It's seemingly all over the place, but in the human design chart, I am one of these types that don't need to niche, and I spent a fortune polishing my brand to understand myself with that psychological component, because there's a 1% there that doesn't niche, but most brands niche. Let's chat into a couple of brands, and the brand will be helping somebody find their signature promise. So this is homework number 2. I help, and you've got to find your avatar, a type of person, and it's usually somebody that you were. Yeah, I work with a lot of domestic violence people. I work with a lot of people that have got spirits in their homes or issues like that. I work with energy where somebody's stuck in their negative mindset because my mindset's absolutely positive. Like, it annoys people. Yeah, so I have an avatar client of the type of person that I want to help. And it's usually who you were as a little child between 0 to 7, if I'm honest with you. And I'm helping them achieve what? That's the niching. We're helping them achieve what? So you've got your avatar. What am I helping them achieve? If you don't know this stuff, you're going to be like Nike as a brand and speaking to the world. Nike have a massive budget. Nike is called Nike because it's named after a goddess, right? That goddess's energy is victory. If you're not feeling victorious within your brand at the moment, you will not reach everybody. If you're like me sitting there going, oh, yeah, I'm looking for my next person that feels aligned with me, I want you to feel into the niching of the avatar is what makes a difference. And then this is the outcome that you would like them to achieve. So you've got the 1, 2, 3. You've got the balance. Who are you born to help? What are you helping them to achieve? And what's the outcome? Because if you haven't achieved an outcome, you will not get repeat business. Impossible. Word of mouth is everything. When I worked as a stylist, if a client called up, and I don't, hand on heart, I do not say this from ego, I want this to land today. How you leave people feeling is your signature imprint. It doesn't matter if you're eloquent or great looking or your social media is on fire. If you don't leave people feeling amazing with the outcome that they're looking to achieve, it's not about your ego, it's about how you are serving people, it's about how you're enhancing people's lives, it's about how you're magically touching them. That's what their imprint will be. They'll forget what you said and they'll remember how you made them feel. So 1, 2, 3, jot down who you're helping today, and it's intuitive, right? Boom, it should land straight away. What are you helping them achieve? And what the outcome will be. Because if you're not weaving in that magic, you're working in ego. And I'm saying this in love, right? Why do big brands like Nike or like Gucci give movie stars their things to wear, do you think? Why do they just gift it to them? Those people can afford to buy it because they're buying an energy. It's subliminal messaging. There is not a chance on earth that a Chanel model will tell you to buy Chanel. And this is what I'm talking about. I want to give you a little exercise today. I've just picked up something and I'm drinking. And I do that while I'm speaking to you. It's energetics, right? But this is even more powerful. Just watch me now. What did I do? Subliminal messaging with a logo. Subliminal messaging with a logo. I lifted up a brand, which is a logo. And in this exercise, we're going to create our brand. Today is day 1. It's just the basics. If you're interested in expanding with me in building your brand, because you are the brand no matter what the affiliate, you can apply these principles to any business that you're doing. If I didn't do this in my sound healing work, nobody would buy a single ticket. Does it come naturally for me? Yes, that's my genius zone, but these things can be learnt. This was I abhorred this in the media because they pay top psychologists. They have them on set to make sure that the message is streamlined, because most of what we drink in, we think it's words. A lot of people won't jump on camera because they think, oh, Michelle, but you can talk. Yes, I can. Triple Gemini. Yes, can chat. But most of what the data people are drinking in is non-verbal. It's what color did you use? What frequency of music did you have? What were the sigils? What were the logos? What were the intentions set into whatever you're revealing? And what is the positioning on camera too? If I hold this on the right side of the screen, it is more inclined to jump into your subconscious mind. Why? Because the subconscious mind is the left side of the brain. And these gazillionaires know this stuff. Here I am, I'm feeling so empowered to teach this to what I perceive us to be the underdogs rising. We're taking the gold back. This knowledge is accessible for everybody now, and you can compete. You have social media, okay? We're our own self-publishers now. When I was working in publishing, they were paranoid about bloggers and self-publishers. They hated that the internet was allowing access to everybody. Why? Because their careers were driven by ego, and they've realized that it was going to take a chunk of work from them. Did it? Abso-freaking-lutely. So you're the brand. Okay, so we've got our why, and we're recording this today. So if I'm running quickly, no apologies there, because what we need is the speed of light. I don't want you to overthink this. I don't want you to go into a planning session for this. I want you to get to your gut. What's my why? Why am I born? Why am I wanting to help others? Because helping others into wellness has many whys, right? For me, it's multifaceted, and it's an easy hell yes. Okay, so we've got our why. We've created the avatar. And now we're going to look at building your brand energetically. Every single brand, and if you can think of one, pop it in the chat. Every single brand has a color or a couple of colors, a logo, and a few other things, a look, an essence. You'll notice in my background, and you probably didn't notice, but your brain did, that there are a few pink cushions. Now, I've moved offices over and over and over again. Today I'm in the spare bedroom in my house. Doesn't matter. I have my branding there. And I've popped a little bit of green as well intentionally, because whenever I present for Melaleuca, I use those two colors together, and you'll see it in my slides. You may not have come to an awareness of that yet, but the energy is landing within your field. Within your vibrational field, you're receiving that I'm working with heart colors. But a brand doesn't have to just be heart colors. It's what you're energized with. You could be the grounding, stabilizing energy, and you could be the one that says, stop, look, this is important. So you would use red. And in my second week's trainings, we get to a lot more of that. But today I want you to just intuitively, because we're all intuitive, choose 2 to 3 colors, no more. Don't make it messy, although you can do rainbow. Think about the colors that you're drawn to, and then think about the emotions that those colors evoke for you. Because I guarantee this, if it evokes it for you, you'll be putting that stream of consciousness out, and you will be attracting your tribe just in using the colors. Now, sometimes I'm sloppy at this. At the moment, I'm really sloppy at my colors in my social media, but I want you to scoot on down on my Instagram and see that I have been really consistent at certain stages of my career with this. And then I attracted the tribes that are energetically matching me, and so it's authentic. I'm not like Nike, selling to the whole world. I'm selling to those that are funneling into the energy of my imprint, my colors, my ethos, the things that I need to say that are appealing to a certain type of avatar. And thank you for your communication in the chat there. It's really exciting to see what you're building. And I want every why that you have after today's session to land with using this energy. If you're doing something today on social media, or you're building a website, I want you to use your why, your avatar, and your color palette intentionally. Yeah, we're honing it in. We're honing it in. We're not just putting it out there willy-nilly. We look scattered unless we're honed in, right? Now I want you to choose a motto or a tagline, short, punchy, something that tells people, who are you and what do you stand for? Now you'll see at the bottom of my emails, you received an email to land into this. It says, heal self, heal earth. And then my name. I call myself the Frequency Queen. Now, When I did a training session like this with another coach that was building my brand, and I paid her thousands of dollars for this, just saying. This is the juice. This is the gold. So I can hold your hand and walk you to the waters of abundance, but I can't do the do for you. So thank you for turning up, because time is money. You've given up half an hour of your time to expand in your own field, and I really want the best for you. That's what I'm sowing into the universe today as a reap and sow principle. I want to lead you to the waters of abundance and show you some of they're not tricks. This is how it actually works, because everything's energy, right? I want you to think about your motto or your tagline now as the energy that you're weaving into every business decision that you do in alignment. So for me, it's heal self, heal earth. So for that, I won't be doing something if I haven't done it myself. I didn't start talking about these products until I was sold with them, because my why isn't money. My why is to raise the vibrational frequency of every potential client that I come across. And a client might be somebody that watches a motivational video that I put out. A client might be somebody in my membership. A client might be somebody that gives me a call on my free clarity call button. A client might be somebody that comes to a sound healing and I barely speak to them, but it's energetic. So you with me? Drop me a 1 in the comments if this is landing now and it's a bit of an aha moment. Great. All right, we've got reveal your essence now. This is your brand personality. Now, on my email that went out into your inbox, just to invite you here, I always want to gift something. This is energetic principle again of reaping what you sow. It's spiritual, right? Now, people that don't hear spiritual things, they're not my avatar client. So I don't hide that in my essence now. That's who I am. I don't want to dumb that down. Even in my training sessions, in my mentoring sessions, in my membership, I'm always going to pedal it back to spiritual. I make no apologies for that. If people can't keep up, then they'll probably, it's the law of attraction, right? You either attract or you repel. Now, repelling's not a bad thing, because you're repelling something that's inauthentic. But I'll tell you this, if you're not turning up with your authentic big girl or big boy pants on and saying, this is me, and I make no apologies, I'm not going to dumb it down to people please, you will be attracting the fake client and they won't stick. They won't invest in themselves. And this is what we're working on in building our brand personality. I want to give you a horrible, horrible thing to actually consciously be aware of just for a split second. Don't stay there. Kim Kardashian, does she pretend to be something she's not? Is she turning up however the world judges that and taking the energy that the world gives her when most of that energy is mockery? Yeah, she just turns up and she's made a fortune from that because it's her brand personality. Everything Kim does is intentional. She will have what we would call in the industry minders reminding her of this daily. There would be the me in the earpiece of her earphones saying, Kim, you can't wear that because it's not your brand. Don't do that interview. It doesn't fit with your brand. We need you to be a little bit stupid. That's your brand. Are you grasping this? Drop a 1 in the comment if this is really landing now. And if you're realizing that you can energize anything that's sent to you, including trolls. So your why might be exposing what's happening in these current circumstances. If a troll sends you the energy, don't let that rock your why. Don't let that rock who you're reaching, the avatar. The troll intentionally comes to the light and you can alchemize the energy. A troll can make you famous is what I'm saying here if you don't allow it to rock your frequency. Your frequency is emotional. So let's dive a little bit into the brand personality and how we build it. I want you to ask yourself a really easy question today. And yeah, this seems easy when we go through it like the ABCs here, but even me, I forget this shit because it happens authentically, naturally for me. It was a gift that I had as a child. I never had to think about on set where I put something. I would intuitively pop it down on the right and I would do it joyfully. And everything that I co-created in that industry sold. It went to a top line. I got awards that, my minders took the glory. But right, when you're not on a job, is it selling? You can see it dip and peak. And the common thread is your energy. Now, I knew that I would turn up on set and just be me. Have freaking fun. And if there was a conservative client there, my goal was to repel that client because I don't want to work with boring. Yeah. So if you're on my team, my intentions are fun, joy, frequency. It's high vibe. I'm not going to dumb that down for anyone. I'm not going to be told that I have to act a certain way. It's just not in me. And it weaves into everything you do, how you act, how you speak, how you make someone feel. Now, I'm going to give you an analogy today that's very simple because we've all been there. All right. Your brand is the asking for somebody to go on a date. Anyone can do that. Any moron can ask someone on a date. But who gets the action? Who got the date and who got the no? It doesn't matter what you're selling. And selling, I need you to switch up what selling is. Selling isn't forcing someone to buy something they don't want. True selling is enhancing someone's life. It's service. It's spiritual. Unless you've aligned yourself with products or services that are a lie to you, that you're doing that in ego, that you're doing that just for the money, because that would be a dark soul, right? If I turned up here today and taught you this for $10,000, and there are so many coaches doing this, just for the money, and they're not after you enhancing your life, they're not after connecting with you, I may as well go back and work in the media and sell cigarettes. I was really good at that. I may as well go back and work for MTV. I was really good at that. I may as well go back and work on the Zhuzhi women's magazines and sell the dream to the person that is really stuck in dense energy, that needs to be told what to wear, what to do, right? It's easy for someone like me to do that, but it doesn't align with my soul purpose. It's how I make someone act, speak, and feel. That's how you get the date. So if I went out there and did speed dating tonight, and I was angry, I was bitter, I hated myself, and I said the words that we were taught in the training, would you like to sign up with this affiliate? Most people would say what? Drop it in the comments. You've been on a date. You've been on dates with an asshole. It's how they left you feeling. I felt violated. I felt yuck. I may not have been able to put my finger on it. It's energetics, right? But I want you to use the same words, because it's not about words. It's not about what you say. It's about how you make someone feel, and ask somebody into the affiliate. When you're filled with joy, love, excitement, you are expansive and you want that person to join you on this run. How have you left them feeling? Are they going to come on the date with you? It doesn't matter what I do. I can be giving out products. Today I'll be giving out skincare products today. And I'm going to make every woman I meet feel like a queen, because that's my why. To raise their frequency, whether I'm doing it for free or whether I'm getting a reciprocal energy, which is being paid, if we're honest, in this way we're living currently, right? It's all energetics. It's energetic exchange. So even giving someone a smile in the street, when you receive reciprocal energy, it's infectious. They give it back to you. It's energy exchange. Leaving someone feeling better after your imprint, your brand has been in their essence is the goals, guys. And I want to teach you this from an energetics perspective when we're talking about advertising, because now your brand is your ad. No matter what you do, people are watching you. It's called social media for a reason. Now, here's the difference between an ad and an advertorial. Some of my social media is just checking in with my tribe. It's not always a sell. Some of them are silly, funny. Some have my dog. Yours will be different. The things you love, that's why we're on social media, right? How do we feel? We feel like we can relate, we connect. And if you are struggling on your social media today, I want you to go and look at your top 10 faves and ask yourself, what are they posting and what is the energy that they're putting out to me that I'm attracted to, and flip that around and use it. Because a lot of us, when we start with an affiliate, we try to be a catalog. And that's really freaking obvious and sad that I have to say this, but if you are just about the hard sell, no one's going to want to come to your page and be social, because they can feel the inauthenticity. They can feel the desperation that you need a sale even. So I want you to decide the tone, the energy, the humor, the warmth. What makes your brand unique? Some people are just freaking hilarious at being sarcastic. And if that's who they are authentically, turn up as that. Some people are funny. Some people are really compassionate in the energy that they hold. And if you don't know what your energy is yet, ask a few people that are close to you. Get ready for the rawness. Get ready for the realness to land. If you're not really sure on what your energy is yet as a brand personality, look at your top 10 favorites on social media and ask yourself, what energy are they throwing? Can you see the common thread? Maybe you're cheeky, maybe you're playful, maybe you're empowering. I turn up as maybe 3 or 4 of those things, and I own that shit. It's me and my authenticity. And yes, some people hate it, but they are not within alignment for my brand. So that's great. The spiritual algorithms doing the hard work for me, because imagine in your affiliate having 10 inauthentic signups. They're not there for the long haul. They're not there to work with you. They're there for different reasons. And so I mentioned advertising and advertorial, and I want to explain the difference. We have advertisers that always post the ad on the right side of the page of the magazine. And I've told you why. It's this principle. You have big channels like Number 7 who have got MasterChef putting things in the right door strategically. The advertiser that gets the right door of the fridge pays more money. Why? Well, it's this subliminal programming principle. Your left brain saw it, you didn't. It's happening so fast too. And why does it stick? Because of frequency. Where you're watching TV, you're being hypnotized. We're using light and sound. That's how we do it. That's why I've given you a playlist today. So if you're studying these things, next time when you're listening to this, I want you to listen to it with the music. It will stick. Studying any single course, put some frequency music, some loving frequency music on in the background. I'm watching the scary movie without the volume up. Am I as afraid? No. It's hilarious, actually. Try watching a scary movie without the music. But it's the dun, 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 the drama sells. And this is the part that I can't stand about knowing this about subliminal messaging, that in our own toxicity, drama sells to us. We're not being empowered, calm, wise, or nurturing in that brand avatar. We're attracted to what we're holding. Advertorials. Here's the difference. Advertisers pay magazines to be a pretend ad, to be you, to just drop in there looking natural, like we're not trying to sell you something, because that's way more powerful. Because I am repelled at hard sell. And if you feel ick, a lot of you have said to me, I can't do this affiliate because I don't like selling. It feels ick to me. We're not selling. We're enhancing the lives of those that we touch by helping people reach their goals. You might be helping somebody. I can see one of my clients here. She has been helped with the cream that's helped her skin. I mean, And I don't need to promote that Renew cream. She does that for me because that's her story. That's her energy. That's her testimonial, not mine. Yeah, that is her avatar. And she's going to weave that into helping others in that same stream of consciousness. But I might be helping people like another one of you that I see on here today. She's helping people make abundant income because she's walked that story that she was bankrupt. Her emotive state is there. She's like, yes, girl, I am your win girl. I want to see you win like I did. Any which way you choose it, it's going to be your story, not history. It is your story. It's your vibe, your motto, your essence. So pedaling back to the advertorial now, how do we do that subtly? Instead of, here's the Woolworths catalogue, swap where you buy. No one wants to read a catalogue, guys. That's why we have social media now. You're being sold to every single time you scroll. Whether you like it or not, it's what am I attracted to and my why. If I'm toxic, energetically, I'm not going to be attracted to a non-toxic brand. That's okay. Stop trying to beat something over the head of somebody that's closed a door energetically. We're enhancing the lives of those that want to be touched to help them reach their goals with our vibe, our motto, our essence. So you're going to be this ta-da person that turns up and connects at some level with the avatar that is your golden avatar. Connection's key to any type of exchange, right? Or it's inauthentic. It's the hell yes, I'm going on the date with you. Hell yes, I love you. I want to do what you're doing. Hell yes, you inspire me. You're 2 steps ahead of that other aspect of soul that's also yourself. That's your avatar client. You're leading them in the vibe, the motto, the essence. You're setting the trends. So I want you to finish up today's training with writing a 1-line brand statement combining these 3 aspects, and write them down. Vibe, motto, essence. Vibe, motto, essence. Because without these, you'll be speaking to the whole world and you're not Nike. You'll be dipping up and down and you will not be honing in your focused, channeling, light field energy to the person that you can lead to a much higher frequency. I want you to pedal every single thing that you do, say, and show up as to align with your why. And that's when you will dive into becoming the most incredible brand that's reaching your soul customers. All right, I'll wrap this up now. This is just week 1, but if you're interested, please reach out to continue the series. And for those that have signed up under me in the affiliate, this is free. I'm loving on you here. I'm giving you the juice because it works. This works. And I'm here to clap for you, hold your hand, hold you accountable. I will close up the recording now. We'll give this out to our whole team and see what they expand. And let's get excited, shall we? Drop a 1 in the comment box if something's dropped in today. We're back to basics, guys. We're back to everything's energy. Everything's energy. I turn up feeling angry. Do people want to connect with me that aren't angry? So next time you do a post, I want you to check yourself. Did you do a little happy dance before you turned up? Or did you turn up angry and that's what you're attracting? Well, I'm going to stay on for 10 minutes or so and we'll answer any questions and tap in. I'll just manage the recording here. Thank you for your time.